Hey everyone, Ben from Living Survival, and I'm in the basement tonight, so the audio might be a little bit weird. It's freezing cold outside, so I thought I would do this one down here where it's nice and warm. Now, every couple of years, or every year or so, I go through all my kits, my kits that I've put together. So I go through my get-home bag, I go through my bins that have different preps in them, I go through my first aid kits, I go through my day pack kits that I use, I go through my backpacking and hiking stuff. And another thing that I do is I go through my bug out roll. Now, I've done a previous review on this. This is actually the PackRoll from Canadian Prepper, Canadian Preparedness. Link will be below to this. It's a fantastic item. It's a great way to store a ton of gear in a small package. So this again is the PackRoll. It's made of this vinyl material. It's not modular like the bug out roll, so I'll show you when I roll it out what that means. But it's a great item that you can roll right up. It's got, the heavy duty cinch straps that you can cinch it right down. So it comes in a fairly small package. You can briefcase it, and of course duffel bag carry it, but it's just a great thing to have on hand, ready to go in the event that you needed to leave quickly. You could just, grab this and go, and you're gonna have a lot of gear with you all in one package. So let me get it rolled out and I'll show you the updated contents in here and what I currently have stored. So one of the great things about the PackRoll is how small it becomes. You're going to be amazed at how much gear is actually in here for how small and relatively lightweight it is. But it's heavy duty materials, heavy duty buckles. So you just undo the buckles. You basically undo these back buckles here that sort of hold your side flaps in place. Then you can unbuckle your side flaps, and then you finally just unbuckle this center strap. And then, just as the name implies, it just simply rolls out and you've got access to all your gear. And you can see just a ton of gear here in this roll. So let me adjust the camera and we'll take a closer look. So starting down here at the end, I have sort of my tools and shelter set up. Now again, this is not modular like the actual bug out roll where you can actually unzip or unvelcro actual sections of it. This one is all sort of put together, but I like that. You can hang it at camp, you can hang it on your car, you can hang it at home, and you have visible access to everything that's in there. So all the windows on this are clear that you can see in there. Real heavy duty YKK zips. Again, a great product if you're interested in being able to store your gear. So let's take a look at what I have in here. First, I have a Work Sharp. I believe this is the field sharpener. Great little item. It's pocketable. It's small. It's got a rough and a coarse, or a fine and a coarse side to it. It's got a strop to it. It's also got a ceramic rod. Great little tool for a kit like this. Also in there, I have the Mora. I believe this is just a companion, just a Mora companion fixed blade. Can't go wrong with one of these. Inexpensive, great addition to your kit. I have the Silky Big Boy. Silky saws are excellent. It's good to have a combination between a saw and a knife. Now you, I guess, could put a small hatchet in the bug out roll, but I prefer to keep a saw, so I keep that in there. And then I have a BK7, so a little bit larger knife. This would be for maybe helping with delimbing. Just larger batoning and things like that to help get a fire started, to make shelter. I suppose you could go with like a hatchet too, but this combo works for me. So again, I just have the larger knife, the saw, a smaller field type knife, and then a way to sharpen my tools, and that stuff fits in there perfectly. You kind of got to work with the bug out roll a little bit and try to sort of get it as flat as you can. But you're going to see that you can do that no problem just by having a little bit of organization, and that's exactly what this does, is give you a ton of organization. So in this next one here, I have a pocket shot. It's just a small little slingshot. The ammunition is in there. I have it, so I put it in here. Again, I have a lot of gear in bins, and my goal was to get that stuff out of bins and put them into accessible kits that I could grab and go. Does me no good if something is sitting at the bottom of a container somewhere. So I've really tried to dial in my gear this year and really tried to stick things in places where I have room and just so it's in there. But of course, you want it to make sense. So I have that in there. I believe I have a little bit of extra ammo. These are the shot that comes with it. And believe it or not, you can get pretty dang good with this. And then I have some cordage. So I just have, I think it's 100 feet orange paracord. I might put, you know, another 100 foot in there just because it'll fit. Again, you know, you can really jam this stuff up. These zippers are really high quality, so even if you have a ton of stuff jammed in there, you're not going to have any problems with it zipping. So I guess I can just kind of slide this down here. So in the next section here, I have more just shelter type stuff. I have a lot of high visibility stuff, which is kind of the theme for this kit here. So I have this, I believe this is a 5x7 sil nylon tarp. This came from Bushcraft USA, I believe. Just a nice small little tarp. You can signal with it, and of course you can use it to set up a shelter. I have two thermal blankets. Of course you can use these in addition to a shelter, or use these as sort of a makeshift shelter. And then I have these Ignic heaters. So these are sleeping bag heaters, so they're a little bit bigger than like the hot hands, which is what I have here, which is the hand warmers. So you can get hand warmers and you can get sleeping bag warmers. I'm going to be doing a review on a stove from Ignic coming up soon. I'm not sure when, but I have two sets of hand warmers in here that have two hand warmers each, and then two sleeping bag warmers with two in each package. So, you know, with that type stuff, you know, again, I'm not looking to create a long-term shelter with this kit. Of course, you know, I could with other resources, with the gear that I have in here. But again, this is just to kind of get you out, you know, get you out of maybe a 72-hour situation. Maybe this is something that you take and put in your car. You can use this in conjunction with your car to be fairly comfortable. So next up, I have another pouch here, and in here I just have this UCO lantern. So it's just one of these lanterns that extends, and then you put the candle in there, and I have some 9-hour candles that I put in there. So this not only is going to give off a little bit of heat, but it also will give you a light if you have, you know, no other source for that. So that is what goes in there. And then again, you can see objects like this that aren't, you know, aren't super thin. You can still pack these in here, and the zipper still is going to shut for you. On this side, I'm not going to take it all out, but it's basically a gravity water filter. It's got a dirty bag that you would fill up and then hang it from somewhere, and it's going to just filter through this this filter here. And then there's also an extra, just a drink bottle here, so I can filter water into this, and then I have a portable way to carry that water or use it for something else. So that all goes in that compartment. Moving up next here, I have some fire components. One of our channel sponsors is ProCampTech. They make this fire strip roll. They make this waxwood stick, and they make the fat rope stick, as well as their new fast fire tinder. So I'm going to roll in a video on that, and appreciate them sponsoring the channel. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about today's channel sponsor, ProCampTech. In my opinion, ProCampTech manufactures some of the best fire starters on the market, including the popular fat rope stick, waxwood sticks, and the all-new fast fire stick. If you want fast, efficient, and highly weatherproof fire starters, go prepared with ProCampTech. Okay, so I have those components in here. I have definitely some tinder in here. I have a ferrocerium rod. I have a lighter, Bic lighter. This one happens to have the extension on it, which is nice for getting into like a wood stove. And then I just have some waterproof matches, or boat matches, whatever they're called. Weatherproof matches. Go ahead and shove this stuff back in here. Again, all highly visible, so that it is easily seen if you drop it on the ground, for example. So we can shove that back in here. On this side, I have two Walkie-Talkies. These are our Midlands, I believe. These are great units. I use these all the time. Hunting, fishing. You can give one to a buddy, get on the same channel, you can talk. Much easier than using like a cell phone. Say if you're fishing, for example, boat to boat, car to car. If you're carpooling, they work great for that. And these are USB rechargeable, so you know I don't have to. They do have a cradle for them, but I don't have to have the cradle in here since they are USB rechargeable. I can just go ahead and keep those charged up. Speaking of the charging capabilities here, I do have a couple of batteries. This is a Therm Volt, I believe they call it. It actually doesn't have batteries in it now. I need to fill that up, but I would fill that with AAA and AA batteries. And then I have a power bank that's also a solar panel. This actually works pretty well. What I like about this is that it holds its charge. This thing's been in here for quite a while now, and it's still at 4 bars. So, you know, it does hold its charge really well, and you can plug in USB cables to that and charge things like my two-way radios, for example. It would work for that. You could charge headlamps, charge other flashlights. Again, I need to get some cables in there, so this is going to remind me to do so. In this back pocket here, I just have this is a Princeton Tech little amp. 1L is what it is. It's a little lantern slash flashlight. You can take the cone off, I believe, and turn it into just a regular flashlight, or you can turn it into more of a lantern with that cone on it. And then I have the Streamlight Enduro Pro headlamp. So this takes, I believe, AAAs. So that is what, you know, that's one example of what I would want to keep in the Pyro vault here, or in the battery vault. There is some batteries for that. I believe this takes 2 AAAs as well. So I'll load that up with AAAs. I have these reflective bands. I'm not sure why or where I got these, but they're just reflective Velcro. I think they're for runners. But these are good in an emergency situation. You could strap these onto the outside of your pack. You could strap them onto anything that you wanted to remain visible. At night, for example, you could place them on a shelter. So I thought they'd be a good idea to put in here. And then I've got just a couple light sticks, chem sticks, whatever you want to call them. So all that stuff kind of goes in there. That's kind of my lighting portion of the kit. Shove some of this stuff back down in here. Again, you got to get kind of creative, but you know, really, you can put thicker stuff in there, and it works just as well. All right, moving on down here to the next section. Now you can see here that these the bottom sections over here were full sections, meaning they take up the full thing. And then on this PackRoll, you move up about 3 sections, and you get 3 sections of where it's split. And then these sections up top are just 3 different sections in each row. So we can unzip that. On the back here, I just have some first aid. Now I'm probably going to put a little more first aid in here, but what I have is a waterproof med kit. It's like a 2-person med kit. Some clotting gauze. I thought about probably consolidating some of this stuff and then throwing in like an Israeli bandage and a tourniquet, because I really want to make sure that I have that stuff in every kit that I have. So I'll probably end up doing that. And one of the areas where I may consolidate is this next area here. I have solid fuel cubes for my stove that we'll get to in a minute. But I could probably take this out of here, because there are cubes that come with the stove itself, or I could throw a couple extra of these in there and then put some more first aid in there. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Moving on to the next section here, I kind of have just some pads of paper. These are really cool. They're called Micro Notes. They're from the company that makes these Polka pens, and I have 5 Polka pens in here. These are really cool. If you haven't seen these are really cool to have in kits. I'll probably only put 1 or 2 in here, but I wanted to show you guys. Basically, you just pull this off and flip it over and stick it on, and it becomes a pen. So it's a really cool pen in a really small package. I've been using these for years. They come in several different colors on their website. Of course, there'll be a link below. They actually sent me some more stuff here that I wanted to show you. So we'll take a minute to do that. You can get these in the bright yellow color. You can get the orange. They got camo. They got all different colors. Again, these Micro Notes are really cool. They're just like a small Write in the Rain pad. You know, about half the size. So you can throw these anywhere. They also make actual Write in the Rain versions of their Polka pens. So these would have the Write in the Rain ink in them, which I believe is waterproof. You can write, you know, write in any condition. So that's cool. Then they have a couple accessories here. They have looks like a pocket clip that would clip onto the pen. And then they also have looks like a little cap here. With a little ring, yeah, a little cap there that you can pop on one of those with a ring. So you can pop this on your key, and it would be pretty small on your keychain there. So check these guys out. They were kind enough to send me some stuff here to show you guys and to also put in my kits. So I'll probably just put a few of these little Micro Notes in there. Let's go ahead and do that right now. I'll just throw one of these Micro Notes in there just to have some backup paper. Then I'm going to throw one of these all-weather pens in there. And I'll probably put like a Sharpie in there as well. But there we go, we got something to write on, something to write with. And then also I have a compass that goes in there. It's just not in there at the moment. So then on up to our last pouch here, or last section. Another set of 3 here. On the side I have just this pop-up water bottle from Hydro Pack. So these Hydro Packs are pretty cool. The way it works, I believe it just pops out of the little top section here. And then it just becomes a small way to transport water. So I could use this in conjunction with the water filter back there, and I could have water. Now these come in different sizes. This one just happens to fit the kit pretty well, and it also would work with these aqua tabs. So I could use that container and put these in there and have a way to purify my water that way. Go ahead and throw those back in there since the package just came off. Now on to my cooking. My stove here, I have these Esbit emergency stoves. These are really cool. You just fold them up. They're real minimal. You just fold them up and use the Esbit cubes that come with them. Again, I'll probably just throw a couple extra packs of these solid fuel cubes in there so I can free this spot up. So that's what this is, just emergency stoves with the Esbit cubes. 2 of them fit in there, so that's what I put in there. And then to be able to cook or purify water, I have in this section, I have just this little human gear spoon and fork set. It basically just comes apart like that, and then you can put it together. You can make a long spoon or a long spork out of it. You can use it just standalone, and then it packages down pretty nicely as well, just by sliding into itself there. And then finally I have one of these bear bowls, and this fits perfectly in the bug out roll, and then also it would fit perfectly on the stove. If you haven't seen these are pretty cool. They just unfold. Now you don't want to get these real hot. I've seen people use like pocket rocket stoves on these and crank the heat way up, and they've actually burned this plate. So you do have to be semi-gentle with these. So the way this works is you basically just fold the corners up here. Let's see, this goes this way, like that. This one goes, folds over, and then this one snaps. That, and then on this side you do the same thing. You just fold it over, and then the handle actually comes over and snaps that side. Daughter going crazy. Okay, and then you got a little pot here. So you got a little pot that you could put some water in, boil. It's got the aluminum plate on the bottom. You can put that on one of these Esbit stoves, and you're rocking and rolling. And then up top I just have this little hero clip. These are nice. They're not only a carabiner, so it's not only just a carabiner like that, but it also has the actual ability to turn into a clip. So I can use this and just clip this section onto the loop here, and then I can hang that. I can hang it off a tree, I can hang it off my car, I can hang it, inside here on one of the walls, and that works really well. So that's it for my bug out roll, or my PackRoll. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what I should add, maybe what I don't need, how you guys have yours filled up if you have one. Again, all this stuff will be listed in the description below. If you want to pick some of this gear up, I'll have links to that. I'll have links to Nate, Canadian Prepper's website. We can pick up one of these PackRolls. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.